Ronnie, I'm going to get you a chair.
A folding chair.
Well, I just want to say thank Dre for inviting me here. And my name is Ronnie May Painter. And I've turned this crisis I had into an opportunity. Woo! And I'm not going to use this.
Yeah.
So I'm driving in my car, and I'm listening to the radio, and all of a sudden, I remember the guy at work, he's going to make a mistake, and he's going to cost us a lot of money. So I look down at my phone, and I start texting. And then I call out, call Roy! Call Roy! Call Roy! Whoop, 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 whoop. Pull over. So now I got busted. And so now I know I'm in a lot of trouble. So the cop comes over to me, she says, give me your license and registration. Now, were you on that phone? I said, yes, I was on that phone. She said, was it an emergency? And I said, yes, officer, yes, it was an emergency. Assuming that she's going to go back and maybe not give me the ticket. She goes back into the car. She writes me a ticket for $135. Well, I say to myself, well, $135, I'll go pay that because at work, I would have lost 3 times that amount. So I figured to myself, good. So I'm going to go to the DMV myself with this ticket. I'm going to stand on that line. I'm going to pay this $135 myself. So I'm standing on line, and there's a man standing in front of me and another man standing in front of him. And this man standing in front of me is telling the man in front of him that he knows how to get out of every single ticket. So I wait for him to finish, and I thought, I'm going to ask this motherfucker, he's going to get me out of this ticket, right? So he looks around at me, and I says, after he finishes, I says, well, excuse me, you think you could do me a favor? Can you tell me how to get out of this ticket? And he goes, well, what kind of ticket do you got? I said, well, I'm texting, I'm talking on the cell phone. And he goes, oh, no. I said, no? I said, what do you mean, no? He goes, no, and it's 4 points on your license. I said, 4 points on my license? Now I'm sweating. I'm thinking, 4 points on my license? No, fuck this, 4 points on my license. So I get to the clerk, I start talking to the clerk, I said, please, if I pay this $135, I'm still gonna get 4 points on my license. She says, yes, you are. I said, oh, well, please, what can I do about this? Please, somebody tell me, what can I do? She says, well, you can try and fight it if you like. And I thought, well, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my chances, I'm gonna fight this. I'm going to throw myself on the mercy of the courts because I've never had a traffic violation. I've never run a red light. I've never had an accident in all the years, as I'm 55, that I have been behind the wheel of a car. So I figure, okay. So I go up to her. She tells me 4 months later is when I go to court. So I call up my niece, who is the po-po. I say to her, Yay T, come on now, how do I get out of this ticket? She says, Aunt Ronnie, you don't get out of that one. They don't want you texting and driving. They don't want your cell phones. They don't want you doing it. And it's 4 points on your license. I said, but Yay T, I can't have 4 points on my license. She says, but Aunt Ronnie, you have to just take it. So I call up another cop friend. I said, please. He says, no. I said, please. He said, no, just take it. He'll take it like I'm a hand. So I figure, okay. So I go to the courtroom. And I get there. And all the cops are sitting here. You've got the judge who's sitting here. And behind us is all of us. And we're all sitting there with our little pieces of paper in our hand going like this, oh God, oh God, oh God. And so this woman gets up and she goes, and the Honor says, well, you tell me your story. She says, well, Your Honor, I was riding my bicycle and I ran the red light. I'm not sure that I ran. $275. I just thought, that ticket was only $150. Why is it $275 now? So now I'm thinking, you idiot, you came all the way here. Now you're going to get the surcharge, your ticket, and 4 points. I thought, Next person gets up. You see, I was just turning around that turn, and I'm not quite sure I saw that. Not sure, did I see that? It was a $375. I said, oh, dear God, dear God. So now I'm looking, and I don't see my cop, and I'm thinking, yeah. And I'm going, oh, thank you, Goddess, thank you, Goddess, thank you, Goddess. They call my number. I get up. And there she is. She walks through the door, and I thought, oh. And I said, okay. So I have a whole nother story going on. So Your Honor says to the officer, now please tell me your story. And the officer proceeds to tell a story. But then the officer proceeds to say that I had a cell phone in my hand. Well, this was a lie. And I knew it. And this is where this becomes my opportunity. I say to the judge, she's a liar, Your Honor. And the judge says to me, quiet, speak when you're spoken to, you will have your turn. I thought, ooh, okay, cool. So she proceeds to tell her story as she proceeds to lie. And I thought, oh. So I say, Your Honor, I am not a 25-year-old black man. I am a 55-year-old black woman. Your honorable officers, once every week, stop me, and I'm talking this loud, in your cars, and they say to me, can I have your license and registration? So I am prepared for when your honorable officers stop me. So do you think I would have this cell phone in my hand at my ear? Once again, Your Honor, I am not a 25-year-old black man. I am a 55-year-old woman. Well, then she says, well, okay, she heard it. She says, then why'd you tell the officer that you were on the phone? My mind goes, and I say, well, Your Honor, a year ago, I'm walking out of a house. I'm walking down the block. A fucking van comes up. I don't say fucking. Their van came up. 3 plainclothesmen come out of their car. They walk up to me full guns. And I proceed to pull my backpack off and throw it on the floor, throw my hands up and say, what? Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Whoa, whoa. I says, Your Honor, I lived around that corner. These are my neighbors. They saw me with my hands up. They saw me throw my coat and my jacket down. I did not want a repeat of that. She said, okay. She looks at the police and says something to the police. The police goes, and she says, you're guilty. And I say, okay, cool. But she's smiling at me, right? And I thought, oh, this bitch is something else, right? It's all good. And she looks at the bailiff and she say, under code, 260 something or something, because now I'm so fucking frazzled. I'm thinking 4 points, $300. I don't know what the fuck is going on. So she says, she smiled at me. She says, now, pick up your papers. She looks at me and I go over to the bailiff. The bailiff looks at me. She winks. And she says, not guilty.